So one of the most famous passages in the Bible is found in the book of Proverbs. It's Proverbs 27, verse 17. You've probably read it on the back of a t-shirt. I know I have. It says this: as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. So what does that mean? Well, after I researched it a little bit, I've discovered that like iron, especially the iron swords that they would have used when the writer was doing this, to sharpen them, do you use machines? No, they didn't have machines. They didn't have a lot of tools like that. So how they would sharpen it is they would take this sword and another piece of iron and they would smash it or rub it or grind it up against the sword. And what would happen is it would create friction and sparks and tension. And all of a sudden, over time, with a lot of energy, the sword would become what it was supposed to be. The sword would become sharp. Now, then the author goes on to say and that's how a friendship should be. But we lost that somewhere along the line, didn't we? Like, we love to surround ourselves. I love to surround myself with people that just agree with me, that tell me that, Chad, like, you were right. You were right to be angry. You were right to say that. You were right to feel that. You were right to believe that. But here's the problem. By surrounding ourselves with those friendships, we're not seeking the friendships that the author of Proverbs said we desperately need. See, those kind of friendships leave us dull. We need the kind of friendships that are going to challenge us, create tension for us. The ones that say, like, I don't know if that was the right way to handle that. I think you might be wrong, buddy. Careful. I don't like the way you're acting with that. So those are the friends that challenge us, and that challenge leads to change, and that change leads to sharpening. And imagine what God can do if we are morally, spiritually, emotionally sharp. Imagine what he can do in our family, our neighborhood, our work. But if we're dull, that's not much God can do with a dull sword. So for me, I have a friend. I get together with him once a month. We get for breakfast, and he has permission to ask me about my marriage, my family, my kids. He has permission to ask me anything. Sometimes it hurts, but I know what he's doing is sharpening me to be who God made me to be. And sometimes I don't want to change, and sometimes I yell at him for even asking, but I know that he's being a good friend. So who is that for you? If you can't think of anyone that ever challenges you or disagrees with you, it's time to look for some new friends, because it's the only way you're going to be challenged, and that challenge will lead to change, and that's going to make you sharp.